Welcome back to the Scaling Founder. Today we need to talk about the hidden tax you're paying every single day just to keep the peace in your business. Let's look at what actually happens when an employee misses a deadline, gives you poor work product, or a client crosses a major boundary. You see it happen, your stomach drops, and you immediately feel a wave of frustration. But instead of addressing it cleanly, you hesitate. You tell yourself you're just being diplomatic. You tell yourself that if you give them direct feedback, you'll upset them, the team's momentum, or worse, that employee will shut down and perform even worse. So what do? You bite your tongue, you smile, you smooth it over, and then you quietly open their files at night and rewrite the work yourself. You're playing a high-stakes game of mental gymnastics. You convince yourself that holding back your true feelings is a strategic defensive move to protect the business. But let's be entirely honest. You're living in fear of your own organization. I want to give you a clinical framework to look at this tomorrow morning. It's called the hostage audit, and it requires you to look at the 3 specific areas where your people-pleasing is actually a hidden liability. First, look at team fragility. If you genuinely believe that telling an employee they missed the mark will cause them to completely fall apart or quit, you haven't built a business asset, you've built an adult daycare. Second, look at the client tax. The moment you allow a client to slide on a boundary because you don't want to be the bad guy, you aren't delivering premium service. You are teaching them how to disrespect your operational blueprint. Third, calculate the resource drain. Every time you bite your tongue to avoid an uncomfortable 5-minute conversation, you're automatically signing up for extra 5 hours for yourself. You're trading your long-term strategic scaling for short-term emotional comfort. Now, the framework is obvious. You know you need to have cleaner boundaries and speak up. But here's the friction point you'll hit when you try to execute this tomorrow. When the moment comes to deliver that direct feedback, a voice in your head is going to scream that the stakes are too high. Your brain will tell you, if I speak up, I'm going to lose this staff member, and I don't have the capacity to replace them right now. You will realize that your habit of playing the good guy isn't kindness. It's a highly sophisticated coping mechanism. You're using compliance to avoid the terrifying stillness of a structural vacancy. You've allowed your business to hold you hostage because your identity is still wrapped up in being liked, rather than being respected as a sovereign leader. Giving your team vague standards and unspoken resentment because you're afraid to hurt their feelings is the ultimate form of unkindness. True leadership isn't diplomacy, it's absolute clarity. If you're ready to stop walking on eggshells inside the company you engineered, let's re-architect your baseline patterns. Head over to LinkedIn or Instagram, drop me a DM with the word scale, and let's get you out of the emotional weeds. Go have a focused day. Peace.